Imagine being told you're not worthy of an education simply because of the color of your skin. For centuries, Black Americans faced this harsh reality, with doors to knowledge and opportunity slammed shut by slavery, segregation, and white supremacy. But amidst the darkness, there were beacons of hope, courageous individuals who amidst all these made great accomplishments in life. In this video, we celebrate the triumphs of the top 10 most famous Black Harvard School graduates who are even envied by the whites. Let's get started. At number 10 is Countee Cullen, born on May 30, 1903. Countee Cullen was raised by his paternal grandmother until her death, then by Reverend Frederick Cullen and his wife. Cullen was an outstanding student, editor of his literary journal and high school newspaper, and citywide poetry competition winner. Attending New York University, he graduated Phi Beta Kappa in 1925 and was the Witter-Bynner Poetry Prize laureate. The same year, his first poetry book, Color, came out. Cullen later joined the editorial staff of Opportunity magazine, penning the column Dark Tower, after graduating with a master's degree from Harvard University in 1926. Exploring racial identity, love, and social justice, he authored a number of poetry books including Copper Sun, The Ballad of the Brown Girl, and On These I Stand. Among his works were plays and novels including Medea and St. Louis Woman. Cullen received the Harmon Foundation Award in 1927 and the Witter-Bynner Poetry Prize in 1925, among several honors. Cullen is still a revered person in American literary history despite personal hardships and criticism because of his mastery of conventional poetry forms and investigation of ideas ahead of their time. Number 9. Lani Guinier. April 19, 1950, saw Guinier born in New York City to public school teacher Eugenia and lawyer and union organizer Ewart. She studied at Harvard University, graduated from Radcliffe College in 1971, and subsequently obtained her law degree from Yale Law School in 1974, where she had classmates with former President Bill Clinton. Guinier's career was distinguished by her dedication to civil rights, leadership of the Voting Rights Project for the NAACP Legal Defense Fund in the 1970s, and later appointment as first African-American tenured professor at Harvard Law School in 1998. President Clinton proposed her to lead the U.S. Department of Justice's Civil Rights Division in 1993, but conservative resistance resulted in a withdrawal of her nomination. Writing many books, including Lift Every Voice, Turning a Civil Rights Setback into a New Vision of Social Justice in 2004, Guinier utilized her platform to advocate on issues of race, gender, and democratic decision-making. Among the other honors she was given for her work were the Rosa Parks Award and the Margaret Brent Women Lawyers of Achievement Award. Guinier died on January 7, 2022. She was a trailblazing civil rights attorney and social justice activist. Number 8 is Charles Hamilton Houston. Born in Washington, D.C. in 1895, Houston attended Harvard Law School and excelled, rising to be the first Black editor of the Harvard Law Review. Houston returned to Washington following World War I and worked with his father in legal practice. Later on, he was dean of Howard University Law School and attracted the interest of Walter White, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored Peoples, NAACP, chief executive, who engaged him in 1935 as special counsel to the association. Deepened by his experiences of racial persecution during World War I, Houston's life was defined by his will to fight for racial equality. Though he did not survive to see the Brown decision, he spent his whole life organizing and striving for the end of segregation in public schools. At number 7 is Henry Louis Gates Jr. Henry Gates Jr. was born on September 16, 1950, in Kaiser, West Virginia. Attending Yale University, he graduated summa cum laude with a Bachelor of Arts degree in English in 1973. He also studied at Clare College, Cambridge, where he graduated with a Master of Arts degree in English Literature in 1974. In 1976, Gates started teaching at Harvard University, and in 1981, he became the first African American granted tenure. having created multiple documentary series including The African Americans, Many Rivers to Cross, and Finding Your Roots. Gates is a prolific scholar, writer, and documentarian, having authored many books. Gates has concentrated on African American studies, honoring and conserving African American culture, and advancing diversity and inclusiveness. Among his other honors are the Jefferson Lecture and the National Humanities Medal. Number 6. Angela Davis. Renowned civil rights campaigner Angela Davis is also an author and scholar. Her early life was characterized by racial discrimination and segregation. Davis was born on January 26, 1944, in Birmingham. She performed exceptionally well academically, attending Brandeis University and subsequently the Sorbonne in Paris, where she was active in the international student movement. Davis obtained her master's degree in philosophy in 1971 at Harvard University, rising to be well known in the Black Panther Party and the Civil Rights Movement. Her stay at Harvard molded her intellectual interests and political activism, therefore preparing her for her future successes. Davis's notable achievements include her work as a leading voice for social justice and human rights. She taught at various colleges, including UCLA and San Francisco State University. She has also authored powerful books, including Women, Race, and Class, and Are Prisons Obsolete? Recognizing her contributions to intellectual life and social change, Davis has earned many honors, including the National Medal of Arts and the Lenin Peace Prize. Beginning the second half of our list is Cornel West, born on June 2, 1953, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, to Irene and Clifton West. His parents, both educators, instilled in him a love of learning and a commitment to fighting for what is right. Attending Harvard University, Cornell graduated magna cum laude in 1974 with a degree in Near Eastern languages and literature. He then proceeded to receive his PhD in philosophy from Princeton University in 1980. Cornell has dedicated his life to instructing, writing, and advocating against injustice. Having taught at Harvard, Princeton, and Yale, among other esteemed colleges in America, he has authored several seminal books, including Race Matters and Democracy Matters. Cornell's work has made him a strong advocate for social justice and human rights. His passion and conviction have motivated many others around the world. At number 4 spot is W.E.B. Du Bois, an American sociologist and civil rights activist, born on February 23, 1868, in Great Barrington, Massachusetts. Du Bois experienced the sting of racism as a young child, but his parents' constant support and own relentless curiosity helped him to flourish. Driven by a voracious need for information, Du Bois became the first African American to graduate from Harvard University with a PhD in 1895, therefore starting an incredible path to question the status quo. Du Bois committed himself to advocate justice and equality. Along with co-founding the NAACP, he published The Crisis and wrote seminal pieces such as Black Reconstruction in America and The Souls of Black Folk. By means of his writing, he celebrated the victories of African American culture, gave voice to the voiceless, and revealed the brutal facts of racism. Du Bois stayed tenacious in his quest for a better society, motivating the next generations to carry on the struggle for equality and justice. His influence still resonates today as a reminder that although the quest for a more fair and equitable society is never really won, but always worthwhile. Number 3 is William Monroe Trotter, a trailblazing African-American activist born in Ohio from once enslaved parents in 1872. Trotter's academic brilliance brought him to Harvard University, where he became the first African-American to earn a Phi Beta Kappa key. In 1895, he obtained a bachelor's degree. In 1896, he earned a master's degree. In 1901, Trotter co-founded the Guardian newspaper and teamed with W.E.B. Du Bois to start the Niagara movement in 1905, therefore opposing disenfranchisement and segregation. Additionally, he established the All-African American alternative to the NAACP, the Negro American Political League. Though Trotter stayed a relentless proponent of equality and justice, creating a legacy in the struggle for civil rights, his uncompromising attitude against injustice sometimes put him into conflict with influential people. Number 2. Robert Clifton Weaver. Robert Weaver was born on December 29, 1907, in Washington, D.C. Passionate about bringing about good change, he graduated from Harvard University with a BA and PhD in economics and devoted his life to advocate fairness and equality. Academic and governmental, Weaver's extraordinary career included positions under President Kennedy as professor and administrator of the Housing and Home Finance Agency, HOHFA, becoming the first African-American cabinet member appointed Secretary of the Department of Housing and Urban Development, (SHD). In 1966, he was instrumental in formulating housing and urban regeneration strategies. Weaver stayed dedicated to his goal of a more fair society in spite of obstacles. He left housing and urban development in 1969 and kept leading in education, motivating next generations. He passed away on July 17, 1997, but his impact unarguably still lives on. At the top spot is Barack Hussein Obama. Barack Obama was the 44th President of the United States. After graduating from Columbia University in 1983, he continued on to Harvard Law School, where he became the first African-American president of the Harvard Law Review in 1990, therefore creating history. Obama was elected to the Illinois State Senate, where he passed landmark legislation and later served in the U.S. Senate, championing groundbreaking and innovative reforms. 2009 saw the climax of his success when he took office as the first African-American president of the United States, a role he held with distinction for 2 terms. Obama's dedication to public service and his will to bring about constructive change across his career will have a long-lasting effect on the country. Generations of people have been inspired by his amazing path, which is evidence of the transforming potential of knowledge and diligence. There you have it, top 10 Black Harvard graduates America celebrates till date. Their stories are a powerful reminder that success is not solely defined by one's circumstances, but by the sheer force of their will. If you are inspired by the stories, please like and share this video, and let us know in the comments section whose story you find most interesting. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more inspiring contents. Thanks for watching.